Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Win 50. It feels good, it feels amazing. Half century. Now, to get the next 50 and get back to triple digits. A3HL F2JG. Bad tier stat, amazing damage stat. And Mom's Pad. And 3 HP, so 3 HP is dope. And our damage stat is good. And our rate of fire, I mean, even if this is slow... Oh, we have Curved Horn, that explains the ridiculous damage. Yeah, there's nothing to complain about. If I was going to complain about anything, it would have been our rate of fire. Rate of fire seems acceptable right now. You know, I've already, we're 18 seconds into the video. I've said rate of fire so much that it doesn't even sound like it has meaning anymore. And people joke about that, but you gotta be careful. One time when I was like 11, I had a Wonder Bar, chocolate bar, and I hear you laughing out there. Oh, NL, it's not Wonder Bar, it's Wunderbar. Look, that's fine. When I buy it at the convenience store, I'm not gonna go up to the front and say, "Excuse me, sir, could you give me a Wunderbar, please?" Okay? You just go to the front and you say, "Give me a Wonder Bar," and they go, "Okay, you're a normal human being. I will give you said Wonder Bar that you have asked for." And I said it so many times that it lost its meaning and it never came back. I've never been able to hear the word Wunderbar and associate that with anything mentally. It has just become a random collection of sounds that largely has no meaning for me anymore. So be careful what you wish for, it might come true. I will use a bomb here. I know there's gonna be some haters, but I can't see you, I got my hater blockers on. And they're gonna say things like, why would you use a bomb there? Doesn't make any dang sense. There's no point. There can't be a crawl space there. There can be a crawl space there. I assure you that it is the truth. I've been told by the most rigorous fact checkers of all time, the YouTube commenters, that there is a small percentage chance that there can be a crawl space there. And I believe it. I do. I'm saving Mom's Pad, just trying to be smart about the situation, because I know that, you know, with our damage we can one-shot pretty much every enemy we come across, but a boss could cause us some problems. So I'm saving our added little spacebar advantage there for that. It's probably unnecessary, but better safe than sorry. You know, it is Ragman. That dude's annoying as hell. He's not annoying. He's the 5-word version. Annoying. Okay, have fun. A-N-O-Y-N. This dude is annoying. What's up, YouTube? It's that boy annoying. Oh shit, what up? No, we are beyond Gucci here. We're like fucking Fendi. Is Fendi better than Gucci? We're Louis V. My mama couldn't get through to me. Oh, good got in Maine. Okay, we got best thing we got there. Sure, an evil up could be good if we get Black Feather, but the bombs, sure, those are nice too. But really, it's all about that demon heart that protects us for a deal with the devil here. And if we get a deal with the devil, we're in a darn good spot. Yeah, well, assuming it's a deal with the devil that gives us precedent. But honestly, that's outside of our control. And I think for our mental well-being, it's important to not worry about things that we really can't control, you know? What is it, what's the Lord's Prayer? Or the self-help mantra? I can't remember. Give me the, you know, the strength to control the things I can, and the strength to let go of the ones I can't, and the intelligence to recognize which is which. I can't remember. I think I've seen it on the television. Careful, careful. Okay. Well, we're set, I'd say, for now. Glitter bombs are nice. We've had so many runs with bomb synergies lately. I'm not going to be bummed out if we get more, because it's fun, especially if you get sand bombs, but I'm not in particular looking for those right now. I almost feel like we should take the time to slow this one down a little bit. I recognize that maybe I've been playing through these a little quickly, maybe rushing a bit. It's an unconscious habit. This run takes as long as it takes. The one thing I know, like, that tells me I'm going too fast is when I haven't really looked for secret rooms in a while. And I've noticed I've been doing a much worse job of looking for secret rooms. I will take the Razor Blade, and I want to actually use the Razor Blade effectively. Which is probably obvious, but I'm a little surprised in that one. I always forget that the Razor Blade takes red hearts first, right? Which actually makes it very, very good. Also makes our tears red right off the bat, which is dope. Just looks cool. Try to deny it, you can't. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say I'm confused about where our secret room is here, but I'm actually not. This could be our second secret room. We got enough bombs to take a lark on it, I think. We want to check out our curse room. Yep, it takes red hearts first. So we were able to use that at least to save half of a black heart. And then this should be our secret room, and our secret room contains some pills. Friends till the end is good. 2 bombs are key is actually like the ideal number, so that if it works out well for you, you can just stick with it, and if it works out terribly, you can swap out. I don't want to spend a key to go to our shop. What are we going to buy? A spirit heart? Who cares? 2 bombs left. Let's peep this. Yes. And an eternal heart is an extra HP upgrade. Pays for the razor blade. Let's head down to the next floor, and honestly, I'm really glad we went back and looked for stuff. We made a good effort out of that, and the razor blade, as much as it... I mean, I've probably gone on record saying some shit about the razor blade that I regret, you know? It's not the best item of all time, I have to admit, but I think I've kind of given it unfair criticisms in the past. It's not that bad. And we can use it as like kind of a shitty IV bag. If we had the fanny pack, it could be like a better IV bag maybe even. Or swallowed penny fanny pack. You know, we hurt ourselves and generate consumables back. Plus, I feel like as long as we've got Spirit Hearts backing us up, this seems like a sensible way to like speed up nasty boss fights, but let's play slightly conservatively when it comes to hurting ourselves here. We don't want to go full on like Kylo Ren or anything, harness the power of the dark side or anything like that, you know? Let's just keep it freaking cool now. We're doing fine. In fact, we're doing better than fine. The game has given us, like, glorious items to start with. Particularly this ridiculous damage stat combined with the best trinket. Probably in the game. Counterfeit Penny's good, too. This is a great trinket. If we get Mom's Purse, I would be happy to have both. But as long as we can only have one... It's like you're going to Subway and you're like, you can only have one sandwich. Alright, I'll take the cold cut combo. That's not me saying the Italian BMT is wrong. It's just saying if I've only got one, give me that cold cut combo. And I know what you're saying. What are you talking about with this cold cut combo bullshit? Honestly, it blows my mind on a regular basis how many people don't respect the value of the cold cut combo. It's not a perfect sandwich, okay? Nothing from Subway is going to be a perfect sandwich. And I know you're watching this, you're going, what about Jersey Mike's? What about Jimmy John's? What about, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yo, we don't have those in Canada, man. It's called Jersey Mike's. It's called Jimmy John's. I've never met someone in Canada called Jimmy or John. And I just dare you to prove that incorrect. Ooh, another deal with the devil. I was expecting Krampus, which actually would have been better. Instead, we got I Can See Forever. It's not bad. And a bombs or key pill. Let's keep moving here. We haven't been to our item room or our shop, so that's on the list for sure. I had a feeling this would be our second secret room, which is very easy to say after the game reveals it for you. I have to admit that I'm more like Michael A.L. Fox than maybe I like to admit sometimes. I like the calorie per dollar ratio if I'm going to Subway. I like going to Subway and being like, you know, I'll pay $7 for this. But then I don't have to eat again for like 12 hours. That's the ideal. And I know Subway is, you know, it's been through some hard times with the whole Jared situation, and then let's not forget the whole, you know, there's a chemical in the bread that is the same as the chemical in yoga mats. But I have to give them the benefit of the doubt on that one. That's me reserving judgment. That's not me taking Subway's side. But, you know, oh, there's a chemical in the bread that's the same as the chemical they used to make yoga mats. Well, yeah, okay, there's also a chemical in the bread that is the same as the chemical that, you know, human beings are made out of. Carbon. You know, I don't know if that's the situation where maybe that was blown out of proportion due to ignorance in science reporting, or if it was actually like, well, the chemical is yoga mat felt. You know, that would be, I'd be like, okay, I don't like that so much. But if the, you know, sometimes it'll be like, the news doesn't always do a good job of reporting science. And I know it seems like, come on, NL, come on, but I'm being serious. We'll use the D4 once. We'll always use the D4 once. This seems worse, but not bad. Well, you know what? We're early enough here that I can actually take a look at this and be like, okay, what do we have? Spider Babby, bad item. Turdy Touch, could be good. We could use that with the Razor Blade to combo into enemies and hurt them. Robo Baby, pretty bad. GB Bug, pretty bad. Aquarius, okay. Mysterious Liquid, best item we have on the reroll here, but still not very good. We go to our... We should go to our shop. We're still ahead of schedule. Let's just not be ridiculous here. But to the point I was saying earlier, you know, I'm not taking Subway's side without reading the journal entry, is all I'm saying. I don't put a whole lot of stock in my college education. Not to say it was bad, but rather that perhaps I have not made the most of it by spending the 5 years or 6 years immediately following it by exclusively playing video games on YouTube. I'll buy a 3-cent bomb. That's okay with me. But one thing that it imbued within me is the knowledge that, you know, scientists that get in a laboratory, they spend, you know, months, years of their lives performing these rigorous analyses. It finally gets printed, and I know that's a whole different, like, political shebang as well. And then, you know, the headline will be like, you know, RNA synthesis aided by, you know, this consuming acetic acid. In some cases. And then the news picks that up and goes, new cure for cancer found. How quickly can it get on store shelves? So I'm just saying, I reserve judgment on anything science related until I know the context in which it's presented. And I encourage you to do the same. Just in general, anytime you hear a news headline, you should be like, and maybe this is just me being a curmudgeon, but you should be like, I'm going to read this article and find a way to disprove it. Because I'm not saying journalists are bad. You got to report on a wide swath of news. We'll take the virus. Virus is actually very good, but you need to report on a wide swath of news. You know, you can't be 100% skilled in everything, especially with the salaries that most journalists make. You know, it's not reasonable. But at the same time, you read a news article, you should be going to the comments to see why the headline is bullshit. Particularly in the age of clickbait. You should be reading every article that you read with an air of skepticism, and then being pleasantly surprised when it turns out to be accurate, I suppose. And a lot of news articles are accurate. Some of them are not. Or you could just do what I do and never read the news. People will be like, hey, did you hear what happened, you know, in your neighborhood yesterday? Nope, did not. But I did get Win 51 in the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, so I got that going for me, which is nice. Dope. We are, I mean, the full run reroll, this is the thing. You get a combination of people who are like, NL doesn't play as zany as he used to. And then you get people that are like, NL plays too zany. Why do you use the reroll? You promised you wouldn't use the D4. And now it reminds me of when my dad promised me he wouldn't use the D4. And he went out for cigarettes and never returned. Look, you have to trust that I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not going to go out for cigarettes and never return. I don't smoke cigarettes or cess, because it's going to give a brother brain damage. And brain damage on the mic don't manage nothing except making a sucker and you equal. Don't be another sequel. By the way, I find it great, and this is not to insult Ice Cube, because if I was in the same shoes, I'd do the same thing. But Ice Cube wrote the lyrics to Express Yourself. That's a well-known rap fact at this point. He wrote many of the lyrics for NWA. And Express Yourself is satire in and of itself, but he says, you know, don't be another sequel. Express yourself. Coming this summer, Ice Cube, 22 Jump Street. Are we there yet? Are we gone yet? You know, Friday, next Friday, barbershop, beauty shop. Like, I should have used, we can use the razor when we leave. It's not a huge deal, but Ice Cube is the king of being in another sequel, man. But he's not being another sequel, I guess. He's just being in sequels. And you know what? I really liked 21 Jump Street. That was like the first movie I saw that, for me, turned like that trope of like high school students being dicks on their heads, and instead the high school students were really nice and like, you know, environmentally conscious. I thought that was very clever. And I watched 22 Jump Street, and I was like, this movie is not, in my opinion, as good as the original, but it's still pretty good. I think maybe it gets a little too much credit for being self-aware. You know, it's not that difficult to do, I mean, given the circumstances. But still, at the same time, I was like, this movie's pretty good. I would watch a 23 Jump Street. It'll get played out at some point. I understand the joke in the end credits of just making, you know, more and more Jump Streets until it gets goddamn ridiculous. I'm just saying, I had a decent time. For a man who watches like 5 movies a year, I was relatively happy that was one of them. I don't need to be enlightened. I'm enlightened on a regular basis, just merely on the standpoint of my trips to the deli counter. I will take Hive Mind. I'm not, like, in love with this run, but, you know, we got Spider Babby. Maybe we can get some mild synergies between, like, you know, Razor Blade, Spider Babby, Turdy Touch, and Hive Mind. We can do, like, a lot of damage when we hurt ourselves. We have this Yara rune, but of course, you know, the way that I intend to use the Yara rune is to take it to the chest. If possible. I'm not really loving the fact that Gertie's taking forever to kill here. The thing is, like, again, getting back to the earlier point. Getting back to the PG, that's program, and it's easy. No. Getting back to the session at hand here, well, I'm sorry, Razor Blade first. But I love re-rolling, I love the mechanic of re-rolling a run. I hate that the D4 shows up so often that I don't want to use it that much anymore, but I will still always use it once per run. That's my MO. If a full run reroll shows up, I will do it once per run. And I'll do it once per run per mechanic as well. If we come across Missing No, I'll take it once. And, you know, that is going to give us several rerolls. But if we come across the D4 and the D100, I'll D4 us once, D100 us once. If we come across a 1 room, a 6 room, a D4, a D100, and Missing No, I'll deal with all of them once. That's my own way of, like, self-policing so that I get to enjoy the full run rerolls without, you know, compromising a run and making every run the same just by making every run be full of fucking rerolls, which is what happened for a while. Robo Baby, this is your time to shine, dude. God, I hate enemies that are invulnerable from one side. So this run continues to be, like, good. This guy's way too fucking fast. But he's a beautiful enemy to charm. Good God. I need, like, some more... Oh, I should have waited till the doors opened here. I really want some more damage. I would say it's fair to say, and I'm definitely gunning for the deal with the devil with that play right there, but I feel like it's fair to say that we've slowed ourselves down here with that reroll, and that's fine. What was I saying on the second floor? I was like, probably playing a little too fast recently, not looking so much for secret rooms, which is a good sign that I should probably cool it down, as the Velvet Underground would say. Are they still cool? When I was at 30% of my maximum coolness, they were pretty darn cool, man. Satanic Bible is it's a wonderful item. Oh, this is dumb. Yeah, Satanic Bible's really, really good. But I'm not sure if it wins us the run, just because of the fact that our damage is really bad right now. And I really don't want to find myself in, like, train wreck potential here. I don't think we need to use a key to get a battery at this point. I mean, it seems like it's a no-brainer, like, good option, but we really just don't require an extra black card right now. We can always get it later, that's the other thing. We have a lot of keys as well, we don't really require keys, but we got a good chance at boss rush here because of the XL floor. Oh my lord. Here's what I'm thinking, and it's a mild risk, but not a high risk. I think we save that item room because it's pretty bad, and we come back and grab the teleporter to get us out of boss rush if we find no other options. I mean, we're screwed either way, unless we get a Perthrow rune. We're not going to be replacing Satanic Bible with the fucking Book of Sin. It's just worse. It's a much worse selection. Didn't even see that guy coming. That's my bad. So there's no chance of that. So I think the best possible value we can get out of it is with the teleporter. But the other possible thing that we could do, and I think it's also a reasonable course of action, is just fucking nothing. Maybe we just say that room sucks. Let's never go back. And I think that would be fine. If we get a teleport card. We also might be too tight for time to do the other plan. But we'll see. Maybe we will be, maybe we won't be. How did I not get hit there? Okay, so what do we do? You know what? Sad Onion. Sad Onion, I'm calling it. This item room has Sad Onion. I want the tears. I want the tears more than you could ever know. All you gotta do. Give me them tears. Give me them tears. Oh, that's the Halo. It's also good. It also gives me the ability to quote Every Morning by Sugar Ray, but at the same time, I can't really afford to do so because I don't remember many of the lyrics, and also I'm not sure if Sugar Ray is notoriously litigious when it comes to their intellectual property. But either way, okay, I don't even really want to donate. Let's just buy this. It's the world card. Okay, grab Yera. Oh, the boss fight's too far away. We should give up. And that's normally a bad sentiment, but I mean that. We should give up on the idea of getting... that was not worth it at all. We should give up on the idea of getting to boss rush. It's just not going to happen. The rooms are too far away. And that's fine. I'll learn to live with it. Just wedge ourselves back here. We definitely do not want anything out of the other item room then. Halo from this item room was great, though. I can't be mad about it. We donated... We maybe took, like, 8 cents out of our donation machine? That's not bad. You know, to help supplement a run, taking a little money out of your donation machine. Did we? Well, we bombed it a couple times for sure. And we did buy Pandora's box for no reason. So, let's just get ourselves back. I will say, you know, Halo probably a little overrated on concept alone. You know, the fact that it's an all stats upgrade, for example. But I'm a little scared about our long-term abilities here. I know we could donate some. We probably should go back, but I'm a little lazy about it, and it's not a dire situation. Okay, throw a bomb there. Why are we fighting so many enemies that don't touch the ground? I would just like to... Friends to the end is fine. No, I totally forgot, by the way. I mean, this is the weirdest thing to be like, I'm sorry about this, guys, but I really should be asking for items that give us flies and spiders. Like, a mulligan is great. A rotten baby is great. So many beautiful options in that regard. You know, mares eat oats and goats eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? The room was pretty much a complete waste. Do I even go for, like, mob trap rooms at this point? I guess the answer to that question is yes. Like, look at your HP and tell me you don't want to go for mob trap rooms that might have good items in them. But at the same time, you're like, but it's boring. I don't want to do my Isaac homework, guys. Just want to play video games. Ya heard? No, we'll see. I mean, again, that's not worth it. That's an easy decision, but we're not going to be far out of schedule either way. Friends to the End is also, it's good. 48-hour energy is basically meaningless here, but it's good to know it exists. God, it's a long freaking walk to this boss fight, man. I really thought we were going to pull it together and be, like, ahead of schedule. This is clearly a foolish gambit on my part. Nothing, huh? We don't really benefit from... we have to do one extra room either way. Did we choose wisely? These seem like pretty easy rooms to me. You know what we need? Just a Guppy's head. That's like the simplest way to get ourselves out of this. But it's not, we're not even in a bad situation. It's just not very good. But it could get very good if we just get a Guppy item. We did blow up a Judgment on this floor, so I think it's possible. Let's try to make it happen. I did totally... it's not a bad habit. I think it's actually a great habit that we got in there. Of skipping a room that I didn't want to do. That room sucked. We had a bomb. Maybe there will be a room that sucks even more later. But, you know, I don't live in the future. I live in the now. It's a very bad sign that it's taking us this long to kill Gish. I'll just level with you on that. The Yera rune holds a lot of promise for our future, but it's a long way away. It's also a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, but AC/DC managed to make it happen. And we do have, we have the virus. So I should be walking into the foot when it comes down. That's fine. we get any other syringes? I don't think so. But any poison damage is okay. We've got the extra, you know, Aquarius and... I don't even know what else we've got going on for us. It's actually, that felt really bad. I was a little pissed about that damage. Especially considering we have Curved Horn. This is actually, I'll call it right now. If we didn't have Curved Horn, that reroll might have killed us. And I know that seems ridiculous given that it seems we're very strong right now, but... I think that the Curved Horn is basically buoying us right now. And without it, we would be in a much less defensible position. Okay, Curved Horn. You know, I'm looking at... Or not Curved Horn, sorry. Lump of Coal, I'm looking at it, I'm saying this might be plausibly good, I guess, but... Rate of Fire is not amazing. It is some extra damage. This room should not be taken as a good indication, though. It's pretty easy, you know? But I do appreciate the bomb. More bombs, please. Ooh, baby, I love your way. That's exactly what I asked for. Just cling tight to this Yara rune. You should treat it like a Third Eye Blind song. A semi-charmed kind of life? No, of course not, you moron. What, treat it like a jumper? No, you some kind of idiot. No, treat it like the one that says, I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. You know, the third most popular Third Eye Blind song, who are themselves the third most popular band with third in their name after Three Doors Down and Three Dog Night, who I understand is not third, but can you cut me some slack? I came up with that shit on the fly, and it almost broke my brain having to make those cross references to the arbitrary conditions that I set in for myself. Keep it going. And the other thing we're hoping for is that we're going to every room... that was really bad. We're going to every room that we should be going to right off the bat, choosing the right rooms. And if we choose the wrong rooms on occasion, that's no big deal. Let's not forget we do have Satanic Bible, and there's a little bit of a mild synergy that you might not realize that we have right now. But you may realize. I'm not trying to say you're dumb or suggest anything along those lines, heavens no. Rather, when we get hit... we'll generate spiders, so there's some synergy. But also, we can walk into enemies with Turdy Touch and, you know, turn them into poop. So there's another mild synergy. And if we walk into them and poison them and then they die, we might get the virus to give us a demon heart out of it. So I really, really doubt that we're at the point where we should be walking into enemies on purpose, but... it is possible that that exists in the future. Now, okay, let's not double down on that. That seems like a dumb decision right now. Thank you for not being a bad trip and making me feel very stupid. And this is probably the closest thing to a test. I'm not going to take that one. We've had in maybe like the last 7 or 8 runs. I mean, it's been one of the 3 or 4 of the last 7 or 8 that has not had Mega on it. Which is a very misleading way to say that we've had 2 recent runs with Mega. Conquest. I have to admit, as boring as Conquest, or as boring as White Pony might be, sort of feel like it might be the right choice here. We get some extra damage out of the White Pony's active effect. Oh, that didn't hit. This will hit. What? We get some extra damage out of the White Pony's active effect, and we gain the ability to fly? Let's see, though. I'd really like a deal with the devil, even though I think we just had one. Oh, we did get one. Did we have Goat Head? That seems like almost a little too convenient. We'll take both, man. I think we gotta go for any damage here. Dead Cat is a beautiful pickup, I suppose, and Succubus is also great. Sorry, Satanic Bible, you did great work for us, I have to admit, but I just gotta go with the flyer here. I cannot believe I found a way to get hit there. We didn't get punished for it, amazingly, but I'm very surprised we didn't get hit, or we did get hit there. I still think White Pony's charged. Well, I was gonna say it should be 4 rooms, but then it like completely invalidates the use of well, it doesn't invalidate because that's not how Isaac works, but you know, you could not get both of them on a run and have to make a choice. But it does make the white feathers strictly worse. Did I hear Mom laughing on this room? No, I did not. Okay. That's just, you know, latent repressed memories that we'll work through once the cameras are off. Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair. You know what? If Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair, that would have been okay. Because the fair is a fucking ripoff anyway. I don't like rides. And the carnival games are a dang... It's a crapshoot, and by a crapshoot I mean like literally you're shooting crap to win crap. I know Succubus gives you a damage boost, by the way, but I can't take my eyes off of you know, the tears here. I know you thought I was gonna maybe make reference to that adult contemporary hit from a few years ago. I can't take my eyes off of you. Can't take my eyes out. That's not a few years ago. That was like 11 years ago, man. Been a while. Another deal with the devil. Yo, I'm not even going to check to see if we have goat head, because it frightens me. I don't want to know. I'm just going to head up. And I didn't take both, by the way, because I'm a little worried about our HP, even though the pentagram is great. But Rotten Baby beats pentagram for me because of the hive mind play. Oh, and we got invincibility, so we can actually use the virus. I'm not going to say necessarily guaranteed effectively here, but use it much better. So even though our damage is still not that good, our flies are going to be a much added benefit here. So I'm very, very happy with how this has turned out. We still have a long way to go. And, you know, if we get down to 1 HP, anything can happen, right? But considering that we have, you know, Yera backing us up, I think we got a good bead on potential chances for success here. I'll admit, being down to 4 HP doesn't really make me feel great about the situation. Almost got dinged there. If you could just let me kill this man, thank you. We even got a demon heart out of it, so that's awesome. This is the worst kind of D4. Well, it's not the worst kind of D4 reroll, because, you know, there are some D4 rerolls that actually just ruin your run, and you're like, oh, well, I went from a run that I had a chance to win to one that is, like, functionally not possible. But this is, like, the second worst kind of D4 reroll, which is one that you're like, oh, this is still pretty good. And then later you realize, oh, I was so wrong. This is actually, you know, it's god-awful. It's actually, this is pretty bad. And it could get pretty worse. I don't think it will. Appreciate the demon heart for sure. And the more of those we can stack up, the happier of a camper I'll be. Originally, this was looking like it was going to be like an hour-long run, but starting to pull it back into a more reasonable time frame here. But I mean, we were ahead of schedule, I think, thanks to Curved Horn. So the fact that we ended up being so far behind the curve is really indicative of just how bad this reroll is. Not to mention, I think it says everything that we have Curved Horn, and I'm still like, my damage kind of sucks. It's really like just Curved Horn and, I guess, Halo to a small extent, and then Mysterious Liquid. Mysterious Liquid, mysterious. I don't know why I always want to say it like, you know, Marilyn Manson says, the beautiful people, the beautiful people. And then I want to put like a bam bam at the end of that. The beautiful people, the beautiful people. Bam bam. I don't know, it's like a confluence of memories all coming together or something. Okay. This one, pay attention. This is one of the linchpins. It's like this, double cage, double adversary, Gertie Jr. rooms. Like, pay attention to these rooms, and you set yourself up so much better for not being completely screwed. Like, if we can get through this without losing any HP, big thumbs up. That feels good. If we lose 1 or 2, life goes on. If I take 4 or 5, that's where I'll start to be like, ooh, that didn't have to be like this. Trying to get into the, like, at least at the very start of an Isaac phase, if I can get into this, oh, that was so dumb. If I can get into a Succubus charge, then I'm, like, positive about it, but That's an example of why that is kind of a dumb idea. But we might get a Demon Heart out of it. At the very least, it looks like we're definitely making it down to the chest. We'll pop Yera, see how our life looks after that. Ooh, we did get a Demon Heart out of it. That is surprising, but also awesome. This is the big money plays right here. Big fan. Helps get us closer to Beelzebub. Iron Bar. It's damage. Mysterious or experimental treatment. It's a syringe. It also gives us spun. That's huge. Butterbean. Really bad. Oh, another fly might give us Beelzebub. It did give us Beelzebub, so we no longer need... 8-inch nails is also great. We no longer need the pony, but we're going to take it anyway because its active effect is better here. I think we will take Thunder Thighs, even though it slows us down. So 8-inch nails is big here. In fact, all the damage upgrades we got there were very nice. Still not like... I mean, we're probably like 99% set. The difference between 99 and 100 is noticeable, though. We're not quite there. Just need a little bit more. And I would love to get it. Tower card. Not my cup of tea. Terrible dodge. And it wasn't even a dodge. That was like an offensive dodge. But that was like double gate room. That's the room we have to pay attention on. By the way, I didn't ruin permanent Polaroid invincibility. Permanent Polaroid invincibility was ruined by us taking experimental treatment. I was going to say there's no way we could have known that it would work like that, but we could have guessed. But experimental treatment was still very much worth it for spun, I think. Slash, I know. Come on, I don't know. Battery charges? Bombs? Keys? I don't really think that this is exactly what we're looking for here, but... What are we looking for? Items. Stack up more items. And in particular, like, rate of fire damage. I think, again, we lowered our rate of fire as a result of taking experimental treatment. So our stats just keep getting, like, shifted around. Like, once we got a good value of something, suddenly we don't. So, we should still be good, though. Every room, in theory, takes us a little closer to the boss fight. Although, in actuality, not every room takes us closer to the boss fight. Only rooms on the critical path take us closer to the boss fight. But I digress. I really... You know what? I can't complain. Our damage is really good. And we're going to get hit here. Because there's just... That room needs a change. Please give me a Demon Heart. They did not give me a Demon Heart. I deserve it for getting hit twice. That room still pisses me off, though. Ooh, we got an item. Okay. We got Fun Guy. I don't even know what this is some weird Ludo shit. It's really good. It's like Ludo Chocolate Milk Explosivo. And that's why you take the rerolls, because sometimes they do this and they make your life extremely easy. So we are definitely going to get to win 51. And this is an extremely fun run to finish on. But it's a fucking weird one. This Explosivo Ludo stuff is really funny. And the shots are also splitting. Just get in the chest before something explodes here. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. That was a good one. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.